You could have an approval, motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda dated Monday, May 12th, 2024.
I'll second.
Oh, May 13th,
Oh.
sorry, May 13th. Sorry.
Motion and support to approve the agenda dated May 13th, 2024. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
Thanks for bringing.
Sorry. Your regular meeting minutes, are in the packet.
I'll make a motion to approve the correction of the minutes for the regular meeting April 8th, 2024.
Second. We have motion and support to approve the regular meeting, minutes from April 8th, 2024. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Treasurer's report is in your packet.
I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's report as of April 30th, 2024, dated Monday, May 13th, 2024.
You supported it?
Yes.
We have a motion and support, to approve the treasurer's report as of April 30th, 2024, dated May 13th, 2024. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oh, I'm sorry, roll call.
Harley,
Yes.
McCaffrey,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Lens,
Yes.
Waller.
Yes.
Sherry, good question. With all those maturing soon,
Bills and
do
transfers.
we need, oh, sorry, do we need to be, you know, Tracy's not Tracy, Rachel is looking for, because they're all, a lot of them are all maturing in July. We'd be looking for a new.
She always does. She does a great job. Yes.
Most of them are automatic renewal.
Oh, really?
Bills and transfers is also in your packet.
I'll make a motion to approve the bills and transfers for checks dated from 4/1/2024 to 4/30/2024.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Sorry.
Your motion and support, to approve the bills and transfers dated from 4/1/24 to 4/30/24. Roll call, please.
Harley,
Yeah.
Lens,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
McCaffrey,
Yes.
Waller.
Yes. This time we have public comment. If there's anyone that has comments on agenda items only, and now is your time to do so. This is public comment only. If we can answer your questions, we will do so during council comments, and if not, we will have our administrator address your concerns. Is there anyone that would like to speak? Close public comment. Our auditor is here tonight.
Good evening. Would you like me to stand?
That's okay. Whatever you feel most comfortable doing.
Excuse me.
I'll try.
Unless you want to be on camera, but I don't even think.
I don't have a desire to.
Okay.
Well, thank you. Nice to see everyone this evening.
No, it's that. Yeah, sharing.
Can you give us a general overview of how we're doing?
Yes, so happy to be here tonight and to kind of go do an overview of the June 30th, 2023 fiscal year ended audit. I am here to give you a good report tonight. Let's start off with just in general, and I'll give you a general outline and hit some highlights. The village did receive the highest level of audit opinion possible, which is what they call an unmodified audit opinion. And it doesn't say that anywhere in the audit opinion is in pages 1 and 2. It's a lot of wording in there. Most of it's boilerplate from the AICPA, but bottom line is, in layman's terms, it's a clean audit opinion. No disclaimers, no exceptions, no, except for this, everything's good. It's all good. So happy to report that. We'll start off with that. Couple major highlights. So property taxes being your largest source of revenue. You were up 4% this year. So, obviously that's from a year ago. That's not counting, what you've currently assessed, which is going to be probably closer to 5%. So that was property taxes up about 4%, state shared revenue up about 3.2% over the prior year. That is from the state sales tax and income taxes that the state collects and they distribute out to the local units. So and they're projecting next year just like maybe 2% increase, but we'll talk about that during the budget. And interest income, which you were just alluding to with the CDs. You have a nice jump in interest income, and that's precisely because you're taking advantage of parking some money in the certificates of deposit and taking advantage of those rates that are available right now. And one of the things when I stopped in the office, I talked to Rachel about, so back in December, January, they kept saying how the rates were going to fall, in mid-year. Well, here we are. They were saying May, June, the rates were going to fall. It doesn't look like that's going to happen. So, I just want her to keep an eye on. So we're going to lock in these nice interest rates. But if the rates start to look like they're going to fall, she might want to lock in a little longer at that point. But right now it seems like it's pretty steady and, even on, look what they're giving on short-term rates. So no reason to lock in just yet for longer. But just something, she is keeping an eye on that. She's doing a really nice job with that. Couple big expense. So your operating expenditures, and I'm talking about the general fund, operating expenditures were very consistent from the year before. So which is a really good thing. You're keeping your expenditures consistent. No big significant jumps except for insurance expense took a nice big jump. Probably no surprise to anyone up there, but and that's not health insurance. I'm talking about like the property and liability insurance for the village.
When does that renew, Sherry?
I think it's right around the fiscal year, around July.
Around July.
The general fund transferred out 44,000 for the debt payments for this building. And there was one other debt that we paid off this year. So that, and then the general fund transferred out $10,000 to reimburse for engineering for the Hawthorne Bridge. So those were the, but all in all, you added $236,000 to the general fund balance, which is great. You came in under budget. It shows we came in under budget by 350,000, but 330 of it was capital projects that you were planning for that didn't happen in this fiscal year. So you're still 20,000 to the good as far as being under budget for the year. Your ending general fund balance is 800 and some thousand. You're going to be doing some projects here, so that's probably going to come down a little bit, but that's pretty solid for the end of the fiscal year. You should be really happy with that. Percentage wise, that's really, anyone looking at it would call that healthy. Act 51 money, the major and local street funds, the gas and weight money that you receive from the state, up about 5% this year from fiscal year 22 to fiscal year 23. Again, so that's pretty good, 5%. This year they're projecting 2.5% increase. But again, they don't know. It depends on how much people drive and that type of thing. But for some reason their projections are down significantly. The big things this year, this is the year, so this audit you're looking at has the Hawthorne Ridge SAD bonds that you sold, 660,000. But you didn't spend the money, so that was right at the end of the fiscal year. So we show the revenue, and next year, the year you're in right now, is when most of the expenditures will hit for that project. We also finished up Goodrich Meadows SAD as far as the construction, the bond proceeds. And you had that small supplemental one that they needed for 41,000. That's in this fiscal year as well. The sewer fund, you had an operating loss of $41,000, which is really due to depreciation. If you took depreciation out, you'd be a little ahead, maybe close to break even. We also in the sewer fund, because of depreciation and things like that, we like to look at the cash flow statement, which shows you're really right at break even. So we're happy to see that. It's like negative $94 at the end of the year. So we call that pretty darn close to break even. Major capital outlay, that we reported was the Goodrich Meadows paving project. That was in fiscal year 23, the bulk of that project was done. And lastly, your debt, you have one general obligation bond left, which is for this building. And you have 3 SAD bonds, which are the 2 Goodrich Meadows and the Hawthorne Ridge. And you paid off the 2013 capital improvement bonds in fiscal year 23. So we're always happy when we get rid of one and we pay that off. The rest of them are gonna go on for, into like 2034, 2037, something like that. So with that, I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. It's a lot of numbers thrown at you all at once.
But all the buckets that all make sense and everything that we've been trying to do for a few years.
Yes, so that's what I mean. I think this year shows you're kind of in your savings mode in the buckets. And I think you'll be, as you're doing projects, so you're solid here. I mean, not that you're not gonna be solid, but the projects haven't kicked in just yet.
And
So-
then, because we have a truck fund, so that's gonna be coming up to pay, right?
Mhm.
But that's refinancing some of that, but then some of that.
We have the money for,
Yay.
I'll have some left to put towards the. We'll discuss that in budget, but it's good.
Thank you for all that you did, Sherry.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Do you have this in front of you or not?
Yes.
Actual
Mhm.
booklet? Just, it's page 29, 20, I want to talk about 29, 30 and 31,
Sure.
Mhm. So you have the budget amounts, the original, the final was what the final budget was for you, and then the actual was what was actually spent, right?
Correct.
And then the variance is the difference between those two.
Mhm.
So we have a variance there of $393,000 there. So that's
So just a couple lines above that, you'll see like total expenditures. That's what I was saying, the 350,000, you're under budget. And the line above that shows capital outlay. You had 330,000.
300,000 capital outlay is the paving.
That would be last year's budget, Jerry.
Oh,
Oh,
I haven't found.
it's just the major capital projects that you had,
Yes,
so we were talking about the dam even, right?
Yes.
Last year?
Okay, so I guess one of my questions was, when I look at this, the 393, is a deficit.
No.
no,
To the good.
it's to the good.
That was been parentheses.
Right, so you had, 303,000, your revenues minus expenditures to the good. And then you didn't transfer as much as you had planned to transfer out to the other funds, for projects and things, so you're 89,000 to the good there, you add that to the 303, that's how we get to the 393. So you had planned on being in the whole 156,000.
Okay,
But you ended up adding 236, so the spread from negative 150 to 236 is to the good.
Capital outlay where the actual is zero, because you said that 330 was the paving projects.
So we didn't spend any on the ones that we budgeted for, right?
so then, basically on major
Mhm.
minor roads, so 30, 31. So we had budgeted basically $542,000. We actually spent $520,000. So it should be that we're good 21,000, but that has parentheses around it, which generally means negative.
Okay, so if you look on, say the column, this is final in 541,969. So you have projected to an ending fund balance of 541, but your ending fund balance really only came in at 520, if you look at those. So you are negative 20 from where you projected.
What I
So-
projected.
What we project,
What I project,
but
Yes, not
Oh, okay,
literally.
all right,
Right.
that's what I was, because I see the parentheses and that always means negative, and I'm like, well, we didn't spend what we had budgeted, so that should be positive, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, so in the major fund, right, we added 108,000 to the fund balance.
Okay,
That's real,
I
that's
got
actual.
I got you, okay. All right, no, I'm fine, with what you've done.
I mean, as you understand, I mean, it's when you, this is like, you know, your checkbook, your budget, you, sometimes it's a little bit of a guessing game and you can't always come out right. So within 20,000, I don't think it's too bad.
Yeah, great. Okay. So, any additional questions? Well, thank you so much.
Well,
Appreciate it.
Thanks to council, thanks to the staff, everyone's great to work with, really, truly. They do a really nice job. They're very helpful and cooperative, and it's nice to be part of the team, so thank you.
All right, thank you, thank you. Moving on to reports of ministry.
Okay, well. I gave you guys all a copy of the yearly public notice regarding the cutting of noxious weeds and or grass. All noxious weeds to be cut and all grass reaching a height of 8 inches will be cut by the village, and that cost will be assessed to the homeowner's taxes. And how that works, about five cards went out this past week to 5 different locations, and they're given I think it's 10 days. Is that not correct, Tracy? 10 days to get their lawn cut, and if they don't, then we cut it. And if you recall, we hired Mr. Montgomery to be our lawn mower if we need him. And if that's the case, then he will, the code enforcer will contact me, I will contact him, and we will have him do it. Now, we have a right to charge an admin fee, and I think we need to do that. So I'll be coming at you with that at the next, do we? Okay, it's already in there? Okay, great then. So yeah, then that amount will be assessed on your taxes.
So it's the cost of what Mr. Montgomery charges
Well.
plus the admin fee.
I think we laughed last year, he's not like edgy and whipping, he's cutting it for us.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's not.
Right. I gave you some information from 911 summary regarding their proposed 2024 budget. They were going for the $2.60 increase. The Board of Commissioners weren't on top of that right away, but they had another meeting and now they are going for the $3 that they 911 wanted to begin with. So that'll be on the budget, or I'm sorry, on the agenda. What am I going to talk? On the ballot. There you go. Thank you. In August.
An additional $3?
Yes. Well, yeah. Yes. For every device. I got information on new loan process for rural communities. It's called the TIFA, TIFIA, Rural Project Initiative, which provides loans for up to 49% of the project's costs. Fixed interest rates equal to 1/2 of the U.S. Treasury rate. Eligible projects that would be of interest to the village's roads and bridges, pedestrian and bicycle infrastructure. So basically, what I just wanted to share that with you. I just got that, and it's basically it's a low interest loan rate if we need to borrow funding, any money to use for these types of things. And I'm obviously working on the 2024-2025 budget with staff input, and Raina has also been helping me with that. And we did some interviews on the DPW position. We got just 4 eligible applicants, and one of the 4 pulled out, so we only had 3. And what I would like to do is publish one more time to get a bigger pool of candidates to go through, because I mean, this is important, and I'm going to be doing that for a couple more weeks. I talked with the 3 candidates. They understand that they are still in the running for the position. We've not eliminated them. And, we're just gonna see if I can go for a few more. And I'm gonna publish locally and in the Michigan Municipal League, but I'm gonna hit the newspapers around. All of them, not just Citizens.
Which newspapers are you gonna do?
All of them for, I mean, I'm gonna hit Grand Blanc, Ortonville, I'm gonna hit, I'll be talking to that man right there and I'm gonna be hitting them all.
You ever do Fletcher?
We can. We
I
can,
think that it would hurt.
yeah, I wanna do it all. locally.
Is the posting gonna change any? Or is it
We
the
can,
same?
I would like to, yes, I'd like to go over that with you, and Matt. Yeah, I'd like to tweak it a little bit.
Yeah, we didn't seem to have, very good luck with Indeed. We used Indeed for the first time. Thinking that, we might, get a bigger pool of people, but,
We've got a bigger
Maybe-
pool, just not people who are reading the.
Anybody.
Honestly, we need to look at emphasizing more of a CDL holder. Because the average cost to pay someone to go to class, the class is $5,000. And if, I know a couple of the applicants said they had their CDL and they did not, they let them go. Once you let it go, you have to go back and be recertified through schools, because the thing has totally changed from years ago. At $5,000 per class. If they don't pass it the first time, you pay another $5,000 to take it again.
all right, well, I'd like to, meet one more time as a committee, we'll talk about that. Just so that we can all come to an agreement on how and if we want to change it. So I don't know if.
Okay.
We can set something up this week or something.
Yes,
I don't know what you're still doing.
Oh, I'm pretty open until the 29th.
Oh, that's pretty good, sir. Okay. All right.
I'm done, that's it.
DPW is not here, you will need that, so.
It's like we've finished installing the wood benches, church and M15. So they added some limestone out of the cemetery, they cut some trees down in the park. They're gonna continue mowing and trimming. And grading the roads and chloride, May 9th. Thank you. And And then pothole patching sometime, he doesn't have a dig out here. And then we met with Allied. First of the month. To come back and finish Hawthorne Ridge. And Mr. Cole from there said that they get out here as soon as the weather broke, it was warm, we could have a day that was good to pave. I have not heard back from him on a date. But we're gonna wedge it, we're gonna butt joint it. About partially down to the boulevard. And hopefully bring it up to grade. We're gonna have to do some ditching or some grade work on the side to run the water into the creek that's there. On the south side.
The drain is being installed, was worked on today in the cemetery and it should be
Okay.
finished tomorrow. And we
And-
did purchase two more
And it looks like he.
poo stands, if you
Oh,
will. Two
It
more
looks
poo
like he had
stands.
a bunch of large rock delivered to the
that's-
park or
yes.
the embankment that's
Mhm.
deteriorated.
Mhm.
I saw the backhoe down there today, so it looked like he was probably down there
Mhm.
working that around, so.
Yes. And that's all I have.
That's about all I know.
We do not have a code enforcement report, we can have a building department summary.
Yeah, quick question. Where are we at with the first? Is he still doing the job? So as far as the first one?
We need to,
Yeah, he's still doing it until we find someone.
Okay.
I've already talked to him about that, yes. Mhm. Which I gotta come to you guys for that too. I got the job description and everything, so.
where are we as far as permits, thank you, is it? Normal or? Um, Fire department activity report is in the packet, very short, good. Fire department activity report is also in the packet. We have search up the near here if anyone has any questions for him.
Can you answer about a specific thing in here? Possibly, just because there's like 10 in a row for the same address, but it's over like a 3-hour window. Is that
I
kind of
don't think you can.
page 4? Is that like, okay, page 4 of 10? There was like 7 when I was there, a few different addresses, but they're all from 11/11 down to. Because welfare means they're just going to check-ins as a welfare check
Mhm.
their well-being.
I don't have any problems like the answers, now if you'd like.
I was just curious if you have anything in your head. Because there's nothing from the fire department, so that's good.
Yeah.
At the same time.
I'm trying to see if it was self-initiated, but doesn't appear to be.
And of course, there's some things that you just can't talk about because of privacy, right?
Yeah, but I don't think this is one of them.
Okay, I just want to make that clear. Okay, then I guess we will move on to unfinished business, which there is none, so we will move on to, new business. Consider request from Amigo to host a coffee flower and crafters market on June 21st and June 22nd. On the front lawn, coffee shop from 10 to 10 p.m. And if you could just kind of give us an overview about what you guys are doing and
Kirk really wanted to try to bring community, more than, I mean, that lawn is huge out there. So he's like, what can we do with this? Shows like this kind of used to be in my wheelhouse back in the day. And so he was like, is there something that we could do out here? And I said, sure, we could, try and have like a crafter event. We partner a lot with Willow Tree, Flower Farm. And so they were kind of wanting to be in on that. And so they're going to be the flowers part of it, selling their flowers that are in season at that time. And then we'll just have 10 by 10 tents out there with crafters, different kind of crafters. And we have a couple, one gentleman who's going to sell hot dogs. So he has all the paperwork that he needs to get in the sherry. And yeah, we just want to bring the community out and have some fun up there on that beach lawn.
So it's Friday, Saturday.
Friday, Saturday.
And then do you know when the farmer's market starts? Is that Saturday or Sunday?
It was on Sunday.
It was on Sundays.
Actually, Sunday.
Maybe you can get some notes. But you said you already have 20 people though who turned in.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
How many are you able to hold? We'd like to keep it at 40. I'm not trying to blow the lawn out this year. Right. If it turns out well, I mean, I would like to do it every year because I think it would be fun. I'll be retiring, but I'll do that in my retirement.
Do you think you'd have enough parking if you have 40 vendors?
We do. So we have asked the neighboring businesses if we can use some of their parking, and everyone around us said yes. So we do have.
Do you have a cup of coffee?
Plenty of- some of them asked for that, so yes, I will be delivering on that. Is there any application on your website to? It's not on our website, so we just sent out my email address. And that's how we were getting, so between Willow Tree and us, we used my email address, so anyone who has emailed me, I'm just sending them the application that way. And we kind of went out on Facebook on the crafter site and put it out there. Okay. Yeah.
Well, then I will, I'll make a motion to approve the request from Indigo to host a coffee, flowers, and crafters market on June 21st and 22nd, 2024 on the front lawn of the coffee shop from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
That's like.
Your motion is supported, the grant request from, Bean to go to host a coffee, flower, and crafters market on June 21st and 22nd, 2024. In the front lawn of the coffee shop from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
Awesome. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it.
Fun.
I've got a building going up over there, so I need to return to make sure that everybody's good with that. Thank you so much. You're welcome.
Item number, B is to authorize Wade Trim to prepare two MDOT Transportation Economic Development Fund grant applications for the 2025 program. Sherry, I know we've talked.
And this is brand new. This TEDF is a brand new grant application for, we used to be able to do the TIP, which we still qualify for TIP. TIP is usually done for rural communities. And we will still be able to apply for TIP, but we also now will be able to apply for TEDF grant. And what this does is for any municipality, they will help pay 50% of any storm sewer extension or storm sewers or any mill and fills pavings of roads in the village or a municipality. So you're gonna be allowed to apply for 2 a year. And that means everybody can apply for 2 a year. That doesn't mean we're all gonna get the 2 that we apply for. We may only get 1, we may not get any, but I think we should apply. And I met with our DPW supervisor and with Chris on this and with Keith. And we discussed it, and I think that for us to stand out, I was thinking that if we could go and do Seneca for the mill and fill there, paving of Seneca, actual paving of it. And before we do that, it has a drain issue there, storm drain issue, so we have to fix the storm drain. So that's our 2 projects that we want to go for. And it's due, they don't give me much time, it's due June 12th. This has, the applications have to be in June 12th. And what we end up having to pay for is they will pay, let's say, for instance, the cost to do the drain is $200,000. The grant will pay $100,000. We have to pay $100,000, so that's 50-50, okay? But then the municipality is also obligated for any of the engineering. But again, I don't know what it, I don't know yet. I don't know. I mean, he kind of gave us a little bit of an idea here. But we'll see.
Say to refer to as the TIP.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I just need your authorization to apply for the 2 grants.
And just, you know, just because we apply for these grants.
Right.
Does not mean that we're moving forward.
I will still have to come to you,
Yes, still has to come
to
us.
you with the amount.
Right now, we're just
To
waiting
accept
for,
it.
waiting for them to put the applications together. We don't know how much the project will cost, so it's not like we're authorizing any projects. All we're doing is authorizing them.
The
to submit
possibility.
the application,
Mhm.
and then if that grant happens to come through, then at that point, we can either accept the grant or turn it down.
Like when we turned down the one for the sidewalks on,
Exactly.
so.
And so do you need, it says that the grant applications will be, applied under the TEF category D designation for villages and small, cities. The cost to perform the above described service is $800 per application, $1,600 for both. So do you need a dollar amount in that motion?
I don't, because that's part of their agreement
Their
with us,
service, their
their
service.
service. So if you just, you read my agenda item there.
Okay.
Because we're calling out, Seneca Street,
Mhm.
to be paved. And let's say we get this grant and that's what happens.
Mhm.
Are the homeowners on that road, are they gonna be responsible for any of that? Because I mean, we've just had 2
No.
paving projects that,
No,
you know, we had to get get funding or, you know, get special assessments.
That's a
on.
whole different thing. That's a whole, they took a petition around. This is different.
Oh,
This wasn't
Senate-
offered then.
No,
so Seneca to the school,
the cemetery.
to the cemetery over there?
To Erie, yeah. Mhm.
She drew a map at the back here. It'll be.
I'm hoping that that will stand out because it's by the elementary school. It gets a lot of traffic
It's
and
only
it,
to be cemetery with the idea next year possibly round, because that's half the buses take.
Right.
Now, if we could somehow force the school to turn left out of their parking lot like it was designed to be.
But again, though, I know that this isn't, we're not gonna make a huge discussion about this, but for anybody that goes to that school, the way that the buses run, the way that everything flows is more perfect than anything anybody's ever witnessed. So to ask the buses, they have too many buses now. There's not only 4 buses. You know, it's a huge process that works so flawless right now. So to ask them to change it and go through, that's where all the parents pick up 4 times a day between the 2 different preschool times. That center turnaround right there is completely full of cars because of process. It's a well articulated, well thought out process. And you can't ask the buses to go through that turnaround because that's where all the parents have to park for preschool. I'm on board paving that section, but I don't think we should ever try and it would screw up
Well,
time so badly to try and get buses.
Since we're not talking about, we're only talking about 7. This is only for weight room to basically apply.
that's right. It's just,
Let's,
putting the
I think
applications
we
in.
should apply to see what kind of money we can get, and then at that point, we can have the discussion of, you know, how much it is, are we gonna do it, or are we gonna move forward? At that point, we can decide to either accept the grant or turn the grant down.
I
But
would
I
like,
think we should at least apply and see what,
Does not pass up on it.
that's really,
Is this part of that one too that we have to have one in our back pocket, always ready to go? That's a different grant.
yeah, those tips.
Okay, that's.
then I will make a motion to authorize Wade Trim to prepare 2 MDOT Transportation Economic Development Fund, also known as TEDF Category B grant applications for fiscal year 2025 program.
We have a motion of support to authorize Wade Trim to prepare 2 MDOT Transportation Development Fund Category B grant applications for fiscal year 2025 program. I'm gonna do a roll call just because I know there's money behind it.
Yeah.
Moore,
Yes.
Beverly,
Yes.
Swans,
Yes.
Waller,
Yes. The next item is to authorize Wade Trim, in accordance with their general service agreement to review the Brown Rig sanitary sewer extension construction plan of not to exceed $2,500. So the current sewer system across the street from the entrance into our municipality building. And Brown Riggs needs to extend it a little bit further in order to get sewer service. They will be paying for the extension of the sewer line. This is just for Wade Trim to do a review of their plan.
And the cost to just have it redone or take a look at this. So in terms of.
But then we're imposed that fee, not people that are requesting. Who's requesting the sewer extension, sir? Okay,
we're asking Wade Trim as our engineers to make sure everything's being done properly in our village, and that's what this fee is.
That's not covered under the normal.
It's in our normal agreement with them, but I can't spend that without you guys' approval.
Oh, I see.
then I will make a motion to authorize Wade Trim in accordance with their general services agreement to review the Brown Rick Sanitary Sewer Extension Construction Plan and to not exceed $2,500.
I'll second.
With motion of support to authorize Wade Trim in accordance with the general service agreement to review the Brown Ridge sanitary sewer extension construction plan not to exceed $2,500. Roll call, please.
McCafferty,
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Moore, yes. Heatherly,
Yes.
Waller,
Yes.
Bunce.
Yes.
The next two items on the agenda are basically just housekeeping. We need to set a public hearing to set the general operating millage rate for 2024-2025. We don't know what that is yet, but we will by the time the meeting comes. So I just need a motion to,
Then I will make a motion to set the public hearing to set the general operating millage rate 2024/2025 for Monday, June 10th, 2024 at 6 P.M.
Second.
we have motion support to set the public hearing to set the general operating millage rate for 2024-2025 for Monday, June 10th, 2024 at 6 P.M. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 3 is also housekeeping. We have a public hearing to adopt our fiscal year budget.
Then I will make a motion to set the public hearing to adopt the 2024/2025 operating and general fund fiscal year budget for June 10th, 2024 at 6 P.M.
Second.
We have a motion in 2 seconds to set the budget workshop. I'm sorry, to set the public hearing to adopt the 2024-2025 operating and general fund fiscal year budget for June 10th, 2024 at 6 P.M. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item number F is also housekeeping. It is to set some dates for our budget workshops. There have been 3 dates proposed. There's a mini calendar in your packet. Is everyone okay with those dates or?
21st and 23rd, we good.
What's this?
I'm good for the 21st and 23rd. I can't do it on the 3rd, so.
Yeah, I'm good with any of those dates.
I just might have to scoot early on the 23rd if it goes late. Somebody has stuff.
And the 30th is gonna be a game time decision. I have surgery on the 29th.
Well, if you do the 21st and the 23rd, it usually, like I said, only takes a couple of meetings.
Right.
30th is. Kind
That's
of
to be-
like,
Determined. That's
Yes.
kind of like,
Do we want to, do we want to set the,
we can set all 3 of them and, lock in the 30th, even though we don't use it.
no, but it just sounds like the 30th. Conflicts. I'm just wondering if we want to move it to like the 29th.
Can't do it the
Change
29th.
of the 29th.
No.
Not-
Why not?
Unless y'all want to come to the hospital.
Right.
Should we set it for that Tuesday, the 28th?
You wanna do it, they have a Memorial Day?
I have, I'm hoping that
The
it's
28th.
back at 2 hours and 40 minutes.
All right, then we'll just,
That'd be a good distraction.
but you can't make the 30th. Right? You're
Well,
not gonna be, you'll be recovering. And
yeah, I can maybe come, but I'll be drunk.
Let's-
This, if we have to go over the 22 days.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's,
I mean, we could do it on a Saturday too, guys. I mean, if we want, if you want to come in the morning on a Saturday, if we need that 3rd one.
Okay.
I'm not thinking we're gonna need it.
If we, even if we moved it to the end of, it's gotta be done by the end of May,
yeah,
by the end of June. So if we did it the
But-
first week of June, we'd be okay.
Well,
but it's gotta go on the June.
but I'd like to be on the June
Yeah.
10th meeting, but
Okay.
I mean,
I'm good with the 28th.
I'm good with 28th.
that's our to be determined one.
It's a Tuesday.
And sure, you
Yeah.
might not be able to do that one. I mean, if you
I should
can't,
be able
it's
to, but
not-
I can't.
it's
tell you
not that
because of
big a deal.
traffic. Traffic.
right.
Horrific.
Okay, so let's move it, let's move the one from the 30th to the 28th.
Okay.
Because it sounds like that's gonna be potentially better than the 30th. So let's entertain a motion for the 21st, 23rd, and the 28th.
I'll make a motion to set the budget workshop dates for Tuesday, May 21st, 2024 at 5:30, Thursday, May 23rd, 2024 at 5:30, and potentially, if needed, Tuesday, May 28th, 2024 at 5:30.
We have a motion and support to set the budget workshop dates for Tuesday, May 21st, 2024 at 5:30, Thursday, May 23rd, 2024 at 5:30, and Thursday, May 28th, 2024 at 5:30. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item number G, is, resolution to accept the $180,000 2024 dam risk reduction grant, with a $20,000 match from the village of Goodrich. This is a grant that we went after, through the state of Michigan, ELGE. This is after the, Edenville's, Sanford dams broke up there. The state, began offering some money for dams. Prior to that, getting any grants for dams was few and far between. This is the first step that we have to take in order to do anything with the dam, whether that is to repair it, replace it, or tear it out. We have to do a feasibility study to understand what our current state of our dam is. This will allow them to do all kinds of different studies on the dam, including concrete boring, soil borings, and so forth. We were awarded that grant. We just have to accept it if we want to move forward with that.
Well, that's fantastic. Thank you, Sherry, for all of your work to make these happen.
Thank you.
With that, I will make a motion to adopt resolution number 2024-02 to accept the $180,000 224 dam risk reduction grant DRRGP with the $20,000 match from the village of Goodrich.
I'll second.
We have a motion and support to adopt resolution number 2024-02 to accept the $180,000 2024 dam risk reduction grant with a $20,000 match from the village of Goodrich. Roll call, please.
Heatherly,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
McCafferty,
Yes.
Bunce,
Yes.
Waller,
Yes. And in your packet, the last item in your packet, here are prices of this, for PSLZ, to continue doing, our accounting for, and auditing for the village of Goodrich. I think well, I don't want to speak for everybody, but I've been very happy with the work that you've done for us over the last couple of years.
Appreciate that.
And I would recommend that we renew with PSLZ, have them continue to be our public account.
I concur.
Which one? 3-year, 5-year?
There's a 3-year and 5-year. It goes up from, in 2024, it's $11,800, and it gradually goes up through 2028 to $13,000.
I just think it's gonna be fun.
Motion.
Do we get a lock in that Crown is gonna be with us? Gonna get a quick one table?
Yes.
And I will make a motion to go with the 5-year contract with PSLZ PLLC and certified public accountants to continue as the village of Goodrich auditors.
A second.
We have a motion of support, to accept a 5-year contract with PSLZ PLLC certified public accountants to continue as the village of Goodrich auditors. Roll call, please.
Bunce,
Yes.
McCafferty,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Heatherly,
Yes.
Waller,
Yes. At this time, we have public comment for anything other than items on the agenda. If anybody would like to speak, now is your time to do so. Okay, we'll close public comment. Then move on to council member comments.
I'm gonna be doing a big Facebook push to get some new applicants for council for this coming election year, because I know we're gonna have vacancies. So if anybody knows somebody that might be a great fit, feel free. I have some packets available that I will help get any information if they have any questions. I'm happy to help if we can get some great people lined up. Big election.
Thank you. Anybody else?
I think that's a little appropriate, but yeah.
I have a comment. I'd like to see on the next, agenda, talk about, actively seeking a code enforcer.
Duly noted.
Yeah, I would like to start talking about doing no truck routes next month. To talk to Officer Veneer on how things are done, getting a police officer or a DOT officer out here during the day or during the night to keep track of who's violating if we go ahead and turn Eagle Road into a no truck route, and who gets the funds from any tickets, and how to go about posting it. And that's what he left us here, was how things work through MCL section 25. That's, I'm assuming, is the law number, correct? So it's on the stuff, how it's allocated, who gets what. I have not read it, but he took his time to get this to us after a conversation I had with him. Election.
Well, after our conversation that I had with you two, I already asked our attorney to look into it, so I don't know what you want me to do now.
I would just, I'd probably put it on the agenda so that we can talk about it, decide whether to move forward, move that direction.
Do you want a sample, want him to give you a sample? But that's what I thought you wanted, was a sample ordinance. Okay. Yes,
How to write it up.
no, he will do it.
He'll write a sample up and we'll approve it. Yeah. Yeah, I would say so. That way we got the project starting. I don't know.
But
when
again,
on
with an
Eagle Road.
ordinance, it takes like at least 2 to 3 months to do an ordinance, okay? You gotta set the public hearing at one meeting, have the public hearing, and then you can adopt.
Okay, yeah, I would suggest getting it.
I also have been working on a few other ordinances that we discussed.
With the project gonna start, I don't know when on Eagle Road.
Well, I talked with MDOT on Friday, asking them, and she said technically we can start anytime we want, because it was awarded to us in 2023.
Okay.
What I understand, it's gonna be starting now towards the end of June.
Oh, yeah, sure. June. So if we can get the ball rolling and we get that road in now, it's gonna keep truck traffic off of that road.
Okay, I'm just gonna pull it in, because I don't want to make a
Right.
discussion out of this. So does anyone have any other comments? Okay, with that, I'm gonna ask for motion for adjournment.
Support.
We have a motion and support to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion.
Was allowed to be said.
Okay, and then, and then I'll tear up
Well, congratulations.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, my
Well,
goodness.
I actually really love that. Lettuce. I realize you don't like my.